Hi everyone, Jack from 英作文会話コミュニティ here again. 最近ツイッターではたくさんの皆さんの TOEIC の結果のツイートを見ています。お疲れ様でした。皆さんの投稿を見ると僕も TOEIC 試してみたいなと思いました。でもネイティブスピーカーが同じように受けるのは少し不公平ですよね。そこで自分へのチャレンジを思いついたので今日のビデオでやってみたいと思います。今日のチャレンジでは僕がどうやって問題を早く解くかを説明しますので、皆さんが次の TOEIC や英検で挑戦するときに同じ解き方ができるようになったらいいなと思っています。この説明だけではまだ少し分かりにくいと思いますので、まず例を見ていきましょう。Let's head over to the computer. Alright, we made it to the computer. So as you can see, I have my example here. And all the words behind the blank have been covered up, so I cannot see them. But I can see all of the possible answers. So my goal is to answer this as quickly as possible, or with looking at as few words as possible. So let's give it a shot. So my little sister is nani nani. So my little sister is brave is possible. My little sister is true. Grammatically is possible, but I think this would be very strange, so I think not B. My sister is glad is possible, and my sister is afraid. So I think A, C, and D are all possible, so I need to look at one more word. But what word am I looking for? So brave, my sister is brave, period, or my sister is brave because. So if I see those patterns, I might choose brave. My sister is glad that. So if I see the word that, usually glad that something something. So glad would be the correct answer. And afraid of something. So if I see the word of, it will be probably D. So let's see what the next word is. Okay, so the next word is of. So like I said, it's D. So the reason I know this is we cannot say brave of. This pattern does not exist, and true of also does not exist. Glad of is also wrong, but afraid of something. This is the correct pattern. So I think the correct answer here is D. So let's remove this and see the rest of the problem. Yeah, so my little sister is afraid of the dark, so she always sleeps with my parents. Yes, so I think I got the right answer. Let me just check. Yes, so the correct answer is D. Alright, so does that make sense? This is how we will do it. And, because I had to show one word, I had to show the word of, I will give myself 1 point here. And so this challenge will be like golf. My goal is to get as few points as possible. All right, so let's move on to the real quiz. All right, so here we have problem number 1. All right, so we have one word, among blank. So let's look at our possible choices here. Among who is not correct. We never say among who. Among whose also is not correct. Among they is also not correct, but among those. Among those is a possible pattern. So actually, I think I already know the answer. I think the correct answer here is D, looking only at the first word. And the reason I know this is because I know the pattern. I know that among those is a set phrase, and none of the other choices work. So let me see if that's the correct answer over here. Yes, okay, so that is the correct answer. So, wow, this is a long sentence. So among those recognized at the company awards ceremony were senior business analyst Natalie Obi and sales associate Peter Cameo. I think this is a French name. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But yes, actually, all of this is unnecessary to answer the problem. Actually, I don't even think it helps you answer the problem. I think the only way you can get the correct answer here is to know that among those is a set phrase. All right, let's move on to question number 2. All right, so this is question number 2. So we have Guyon. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. They choose some very difficult names for the TOEIC and the ACAN, don't they? Guyon Corporation's continuing education policy states that regular, okay, I think that's possible, that regularity states that regularity is also possible. Policy states that regulate, I think C is impossible. I don't think you can put a verb after that in this situation. So I think C is impossible. And so states that regularity. Okay, so we're going to have to look at a word. So let's look at the first word. Learning. Guyon Corporation's continuing education policy states that regular learning, okay, I think that's possible, states that regularity learning. Regularity is not possible. So regularity is not possible. Policy states that regularly learning is also possible. So in this situation, we have A and D are possible. So A is an adjective, right? Keiyoshi. And D is an adverb, fukushi. Right? So it depends on what comes next. So I think we have to look at the next word. Either we're going to have regular learning is, and regular learning will become an adjective noun pair, or we're going to have regularly learning something, right? Learning how to, or something like that, and it will become a verb, and we need to choose an adverb. So let's look at the next word. Okay, states that regular learning new. Okay, so regular learning new is impossible. If the pattern was states that regular learning is, then it would be okay. But yes, because the next word is not is, I think A is impossible, so I think my choice is D. States that regularly learning new. Okay, well, we've chosen, so let's see what the rest of the sentence is. Regularly learning new skills enhances creativity and focus. Yeah, so this becomes a large verb pair, right? Learning new skills. The verb here is learning. So we need the adverb to pair with it. So let me check my answer over here. Okay, yes, so D is the correct answer. So regularly learning. So how many words did I have to look at? So I had to look at 2 words here. So I got 0 on the first problem, but this time I have 2 points. So I'll add 2 here. All right, let's move on to our third question. All right, so here we are on question 3. So Jamal Nawzad. These names are very strange. I'm not sure what country this name is from. So Jamal Nawzad has received top performance reviews something. So has received top performance reviews despite is possible. So this would mean like even though. Has received top performance reviews except has received top performance reviews except in a certain area. So maybe he got like manten or full points in everything except customer service or some part. So I think B is also possible. Has received top performance reviews since doing something. So this is possible too. Since some change, he has gotten top performance reviews. I think that's possible. Has received top performance reviews during his business trip or something like that. Yeah, so this could be during a short amount of time. So all of these answers I think are still possible. So we're going to have to look at a word. So let's look at the first word. He. Okay. So let's look again. So has received top performance reviews Despite he is not possible. So if we use despite, the next word needed to be a verb. So A is not possible. Reviews except he, this is also impossible. Except in or except for something something, in an area or for a test or something like that. So I think B is impossible too. Has received top performance reviews since he did something or since he was promoted or something like that. So C is still possible. Reviews, so has received top performance reviews during he, no, so this is also wrong. So because we have he, which is going to be the subject, it's going to be he, Jamal, does something. So if we wanted to say during, this would have to be like during his business trip or during his evaluation. So since he is next, we won't have a correct sentence for during. So actually, I think I can answer the question now. I think C is correct. Actually, I'm kind of surprised I was able to get the answer with the word he. It doesn't seem like a very important word, but it actually got rid of A, B, and D as possible answers. So let's look at the whole sentence. So Jamal Nazad has received top performance reviews since he joined the sales department 2 years ago. Yes, so since he joined until now. So let me check my answer and make sure it's correct. I think it is. Yes, so C is the correct answer. All right, so how many words did I have to show? I had to show 1 word, so I'll add that to my total. I think I'm at 3 words now. So let's move on to question number 4. All right, so here we are on question 4, and I've only got 3 points. I'm feeling pretty good. I should tell you, I'm a very competitive person, so makezurai. So for me, I'm taking this challenge maybe a little bit seriously, and I'm feeling pretty confident now. So let's go on to question number 4. So we only have 2 words. So strong exports instrumental. So this A is already wrong. We would have to say strong imports are instrumental, right? So this adjective doesn't work here. We would have to say strong exports are instrumental. So B, strong exports played a big role. So this is possible. This is possible. So this means had a large influence. So C is strong exports played a hand. Played a hand. Very interesting. So B and C are very similar. So played a big role means was very important. And C just means played a hand. It means it affected something. So it's kind of like B is big effect and C is small effect. And then D, strong exports effectively, this is possible too. Strong exports effectively removed this cost or did something, right? So if the next word is a verb, I think D is correct. So let's look at the next word. In. Okay. Yeah, so strong exports played a big role in. Played a hand in. Yeah, so both of these, when we say played something, it always gets paired with in. So D is not possible now. So it's between B and C for me. And like I said, these are very similar. So the next part of the sentence is either going to indicate or show that strong exports played a big role or had a big effect, or just a normal effect or a small effect, which would be C. So this is not something we can understand with grammar. We're going to have to look at context. So this might ruin my score. So let's look at the next word. In driving. Yeah, so the next part is going to be like, yeah, we're going to have to show probably a lot here. This is just going to be the phrase. So in driving first quarter. Yeah, we're going to have to show a lot here. Growth, comma. Okay, so hopefully this will tell us if it's big or not. Growth, rising Okay. Rising 35. Rising 35. Okay, let's show one more word. Percent. Okay. Strong exports played a big role in driving first quarter growth, rising 35%. Played a hand in driving first quarter. 35%. Is that a lot? 35% of what? Of what? Is this like 35% of sales in one small business, one small part of the business, or is this like 35% of the entire company's sales? So let's show a little more. I'm not sure still. From a year earlier. Okay. So that is everything. Okay, so I had to read the whole question here. Strong exports played a big role in driving first quarter growth, rising 35% from a year earlier. Played a hand. Okay, so this is not immediately clear to me. I'm not sure what the correct answer is, actually. So, first quarter growth. So this sounds like the entire company's sales. So to me, an entire company's sales rising 35% is a lot. But actually, what this says is strong exports were a big reason for rising this much, or they were just a normal size reason. So actually, honestly, I think both B and C are correct. It depends on what you want to say. I think this word driving has a feeling of like really strong, like pushing the sales forward. So maybe that makes me lean towards B. Maybe I think it's B. Strong exports played a big role. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think if I was taking the TOEIC or the ACAN, I'm not sure which test this problem is from. I think I might get this question wrong. I think I'm gonna go. Oops. I think I will say that my answer is going to be B. I think just this word driving feels strong, but this is tough. So let me check my answer. I'm kind of nervous for this. All right, so number 4 is B. Yeah, so B is correct. B is correct. But I think C is also correct. I don't think C is wrong. I don't think C is wrong. So this is extremely difficult, actually. So, all right, I had to look at the whole problem. So how many words is that? So we have 1, 2, 3. We'll count this as one word, technically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, in the first 3 problems, I only had 3 points, right? And then I got 11 on number 4. So what, am I up to 14 points? Oh no, it's not looking so good anymore. All right, let's move on to question number 5, which is our last question. All right, so here we are on our last question, number 5, and number 4 went really bad for me, so hopefully I can get a really good score here and save the challenge, but let's see what we've got. So it looks like we've got a conversation between A and B. So we have, I just learned I've been relegated is possible. I've been relegated. So this means like to have your position moved down, right? To be demoted. And I just learned I've been jeopardized. So jeopardized means to be like for something to be in danger, right? So someone did this to you. Someone put you in danger. This is strange to me, so I don't think B. I just learned I've been reiterated. So this is not possible. So reiterated, this, I will say, these words make me think this is like ACAN EQ, which I looked at before, and a lot of the vocab is extremely difficult, and this is very difficult vocab. So this word means to say again, right? To reiterate something is to say it again. So we can't say that people are reiterated, right? So I just learned I have been said again doesn't make sense. So not C. D, stowed. So stowed means put away. So like if you know on the airplane, when you sit down, you have to put your luggage, your bag above you, right? And on the announcements, they always say, please stow your luggage. Please stow your bag. So that's stowed, put away. So that is only used with like things and luggage, right? Your suitcase. So not with people. So I don't think D is possible either. So I just learned I've been jeopardized. Usually jeopardized is used with things, like my bank account is in jeopardy, or you put my bank account in jeopardy, or yeah, I don't think we use jeopardize with people, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 99% sure. And since my last question went so badly, I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to say A. I'm 99% sure A is correct. So let me check. Let me look over here. So question number 5 is A. So yeah, A is correct. A is correct. I've just been relegated. I've just been demoted, moved down. So let's see what the rest of this says. So I just learned I've been relegated to second violin in the school orchestra. Okay, so this first sentence means this A used to be number 1, but they got moved down to number 2. Right? They got relegated. I knew I should have practiced more. Well, if you work hard, I'm sure you can get your previous position back, right? Previous position being number 1. All right, okay, so I got 0 words that time, right? I did it just with this information here. Just because of the subject, right? I knew the only word that worked with the word I was relegated. These other 3 don't make sense, so that is how I solved it. But that is all for the quiz. So let's go back to my normal camera and we'll wrap the video up. All right, so that concludes the TOEIC/ACAN challenge for me. I ended up with 14 points. I have to say a lot more than I was expecting, so I'm kind of disappointed with this result. I was doing really well except for question number 4 where I had to look at the whole problem, right? How did you guys do? Did anyone play along with me? How did it go for you? Leave me a comment below. I'd love to know how it was. But that is going to do it for this video. I'm sorry it ended up being so long. I didn't realize how long I would need to take explaining why I chose the answers I chose. But if you watched till the end, thank you so much. And if you want to practice more English, as always, the link to Eisakabun Kaiwa community is down in the description below. If you click that link, you can sign up for a lesson with me at any time. I'd love to chat with you and practice English together. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck on any future TOEIC or ACAN tests you might take, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.